Hello, I'm AQUATIC and welcome back to Q&A Saturday. This is the once a week series I run on my channel where I answer your questions that have been asked on the last week's Q&A Saturday so that you can have a once a week opportunity to, again, have this nice back and forth that we like to have so we can answer the biggest questions, which tend to be often about the next update, but also about life and the world and lots of other personal questions like you'll be seeing a lot in this week's Q&A. Like I said, I think it's a fun once a week series. I hope you all do agree. I'd very much appreciate a like on the video if you do because it helps out the channel a lot and lets know you do like Q&A Saturday. But with that said, let's get straight into the very first question, shall we? Which comes in from Twitter. Most of these are from the comment section, so fun fact, leave your comments down below. But this one comes directly in from Twitter because Zachary Adam Laney says, at OBX3Cat, why do you do what you do? You choose to make entertaining and informative videos. Why? So I'm assuming, one, thank you very much for the compliment. Yeah, part of that's like, oh, thank you for the nice words. But he asked a good question there. It's like, why do I make these types of videos? Why do I not make any other type? I've mentioned before, even, in videos like, oh yeah, the most profitable type is clearly where you trick children into believing there's some big monster in the game, or do different multiple choices. Why do I not make those types of videos if I know that they'd get more views and they'd get more whatever? Why do I choose to keep making the same ones where I try to entertain and inform? Maybe at the same time sometimes. That's across, both my channels, of course. And the reason behind it, honestly, is because that is what I find most enjoyable. Obviously, part of doing anything on the internet is trying to make sure it can sustain yourself, but also a big important part of it is trying to do something that you really believe in. And personally, the thing that I really love is finding the fun facts in games. I love, in games in particular, I guess in real life too, but I love finding these little weird pieces of nuggets where you're like, oh, it triggers something in your mind, like, oh, that makes you realize a few other things. And yeah, that's why I love certain games that have all this experimentation, like Minecraft, because they allow you to always find new things to do, always find new ways to do a certain thing. Whereas, if you take any popular first-person shooter, for instance, or shooter game in general, there's going to be a most popular gun that's going to be just objectively slightly better than all the rest. And it's like, okay, then that kind of sucks. Whereas, I really love finding the nuggets, telling people about those, and helping people improve, whether it be, I guess, their game skills in Minecraft or whatever, or their life. And that's why I love entertain and inform. They're my two favorite things, and if you can do them together, then you're nailing it, really. So, yeah, they're just my favorite things. They're what I value in video production. A lot of people love editing. A lot of people love just finding good gameplays. A lot of people love tricking children or whatever, and this is my favorite thing. So, with that said, let's move into the second question, which comes in from TweetyNimer50, who says, Minecraft girlfriend. The thought of that makes me laugh, and I wanted to bring this up because, it seems like a funny thing when you see the thumbnail of the last week's Saturday, and you're like, yeah, that sure is funny. Imagine having a girlfriend in Minecraft. That cracks me up. And then you realize, oh, so the reason that, servers had to be delayed in the consoles is because consoles, when servers were in Minecraft Pocket Edition exclusively, and Minecraft Windows 10, it used to be the problem that every big Minecraft PE server had a dating problem, as in, people would go on there and, start dating other people, but then here's the worst bit. So, people would be like, looking for Minecraft GF, but the worst bit is then some, older, adults would use this as an opportunity to be like, hey, I'm 12 too, I'm hip, be my girlfriend. And it was like the biggest nightmare. So Minecraft girlfriends, not only is it a funny concept, but it's a tragically real concept. So just keep that in mind that, yeah, we've got to not only watch out for it because, oh, it's funny, and imagine anyone who actually thought that was a good idea, but it's like, this goes bad places. This goes really, really bad places. And, I kind of want to make a girlfriend and, girlfriends from other games, because when I was, 12 or 13, I'll admit I had some video game girlfriends. It was a terrible thing. I just wanted to admit that. Do you want to see a video on that, maybe? I don't know. But with that said, let's move on to the third question, which comes in from Israel Blodget, who says, at IBX3Cat, if you could move to any state in the US, which one would it be and why? Hashtag Q&A or /Q&A. You can't use hashtags in the comments, by the way. Just pro tip. I don't know why people do hashtag Q&A anyway. It's the most confusing thing that has persisted for years across this channel, and I still have just as little idea as when I first did. So, yeah, if I could move to any state, which one would it be? And a lot of people pick California. In fact, if you ever look at the entertainment industry, especially YouTube, everyone moves to LA, everyone moves to California, and it's like, well, that's just where everyone from everywhere goes, even parts of the US. However, if I was going to move to anywhere in the US, because I do YouTube and I don't need to be in LA, one of the most expensive places to live in the world, by the way, I would be like, I think I'd pick either one of the cheapest ones, I'll live in Wyoming, except I could never live in Wyoming, but, I'd rather pick something like, Colorado. So, here's my sales pitch on Colorado, right? If you live in America, you've never been, or or you don't live there, here's the reasons why you should. So the city is a mile above sea level, or a mile above something. It's called the Mile High City, I want to say, and that's it means that the air there is both healthier for you, but also like 1% of people just start having like serious reactions and like almost kills them. So that's kind of cool. Living in a place that kills some people but not you makes you stronger, I'm sure. Second of all, there's like mountains that are like snowy, kind of almost year round, like all the way to July. So if you want to go skiing in July, you can do that there. That's kind of cool. I like snow, one of my favorite things. And the temperature variance is so crazy that you can just go up and down. At any point in the year, it can be hot and cold at the same time. And I love that. Like, you get to you don't have to pick, like, is it going to be a hot day or a cold day? You just go up or down in elevation. So, big fan of Colorado. It's also, like, the most chill US state, I think. Like, every US state, you've got, like, the problem where it's like, okay, you either have, dense metropolitan city where everyone's there, like, being, like, crazy on one end of the spectrum. And then if you go to, like, the rural countries, it's like, oh, there's 6 people living in this village, and the general store is manned by one of them. And it's like, that both of those things sound terrible. Colorado's a nice in-between, and they're very relaxed. I want to say it's the most educated US state, too. So, there you go. There's your sales pitch for Colorado. Colorado Tourism Board, please pay me some money. But let's move on to the next question, which comes in from Kaiser Hammond, who says, Q&A. Good day, Toycat. You said the update AQUATIC for PlayStation 3 was gonna come out... I can't do an Australian accent, I'm sorry. Was gonna come out late July, early August. It's bloody late August, son. When's it coming out? Take it easy. Cheers, Kai Hammond. I can resist. So, this is the most Australian-sounding comment I've ever heard in my life. And it was like a pretty good question too, so I figured, let's go for it, let's give it an answer. I don't know if he really left the comment like that, or if he was just trying to be especially Australian, but it made me bite. I like the comment anyway. So, when is the updated AQUATIC coming out for PlayStation 3? Because I referenced, clearly, months and months back, that it would probably be coming out late July, early August, because that's when we expected updated AQUATIC to fully come out, and that's when 4J could release their update. However, all bets are kind of off as far as 4J are concerned. This is the longest time we've had between 2 updates on the, the Minecraft console platforms, and it just seems like, who knows what's going on right now? Nobody knows what's going on, nobody at 4J, nobody not at 4J, and there's just this really confusing thing where like, so what's happening? Is the updated AQUATIC coming out or what? And the answer seems to be sometime, maybe. It's definitely going to be sometime in September or October or November. Maybe they'll push it all the way back to December. Who knows for sure? We don't know. It's pretty sad, to be honest, because, again, this whole time it's been like, okay, they're waiting for the updated AQUATIC to come out on, Bedrock, and then it's like, oh yeah, we're still not done though, so how about that? The thing is it used to be that 4J were very predictable. It used to be that we could work the stuff out, but since the change to Bedrock, obviously, it's not only, what 4J are doing, but 4J has a split team. Half their team is doing Bedrocky stuff, and half the team isn't. And then, they also have instructions from Bedrock, such as that whole for free thing. So, yeah, honestly, there is no way to know what 4J is doing. We're in uncharted territory. It's hopefully coming out soon. I want it to come out soon. I'm not in control of when it comes out, but sadly, there's no intention for them to really tell us when that's happening, which is super sad. All they've said so far is be patient, which is literally the worst thing to tell someone. Like, you don't tell someone who's not being patient to be patient, but maybe that's what we should be. Maybe if we're all patient loud enough, then it'll fix things. But with that said, let's move to the next question, which comes in from Random Cat, and it's a very serious one, because they say, Q&A. Toycat, I'm 14, and in episode 361 of the Let's Play, I assume they mean, you said that, how many 361 episode things do I have? You said that you had a really serious depression issue as a 14-year-old. I already feel kind of depressed nowadays. Should I be concerned? So, if you're 14 and you're feeling like, oh no, is this the same thing? So first of all, just want to clarify, it's not like you're ever going to be like, one day like, oh wow, I might be amazingly depressed. Maybe that does happen, maybe I'm entirely wrong on that one, but like, don't be preemptively depressed about your depression. I don't think that's a good idea. But like, okay, what is it going to be the same thing? I would say it's as long as you're like actively looking out for your own mental health, you're probably going to be fine. I think if like you just like blindly think like, it's going to be fine, and then one day like everything isn't fine and you just kind of like keep ignoring it, I think that's a bad idea. But as long as you like stay on top of yourself, keep trying to keep yourself, I don't know, I know happy isn't the wrong word, but like if you I would say as long as you're like actively maintaining the internals of your head, it's probably a good thing, which sounds insane, but I would say, yeah, don't be concerned, and hopefully try. I'm always like bad at like recommending what the fix is, because the fix is different for everyone. Everyone likes to act like when they've gone through something and it works for them, it works for everyone. Like, oh, I lost weight this way, and everyone needs to do it the same way. It's like, no, we're all different. Everyone does this in different ways. You know, some tips can help. Like, oh yeah, I tried to work out like all the things that were making me depressed, all the things that made me happy, and I tried to do the things on the left of the list, not on the right of the list. But like, do try and work out what makes you not that, and then do that is the only single piece of advice that I give to everyone in every situation, but in particular yours. I hope things improve, Random Cat. A lot of people have actually sent me messages over the years saying like they've had similar things, and I'm glad I could connect and hopefully explain that it is a normal thing, because it is like super common, I guess. It's just like most older people will be like, oh, it's not real depression at 14, which is the worst thing to say to anyone ever. So pro tip, don't say that. But with that said, let's move into the next question, which comes in from Peeling Onions. Well, what is your username? 5 minutes showed completely the wrong comment that doesn't correlate with the question you responded to. So, okay, I'm going to quickly accept my own responsibility on this fault, because, so if you don't know, Q&A Saturday, not edited by me anymore, just like a fun thing. We're doing all the editing is being outsourced to Mr. Potato Man. That's what I'm going to call him for the purpose of this one, the question. But, basically, the reason that we've got, that sorted out is it's like a fun little experiment. However, last week, what I did is I sent a bunch of questions over to him, but I sent them in the wrong order, and I didn't, like, mention that they were in the wrong order ever. So it's partially my fault, but partially it's, again, we'll just say Mr. Potato Man's fault. Legendary Potato, he's my editor. So he is going to draw you a hand-drawing apology right now on screen with a Christmas tree, a cat, and I guess the word sorry somewhere on screen. So there you go. Hopefully that makes things feel better. That's an apology from me. That's an apology from him. Don't worry, we're gonna fix things in the future. It was just a miscommunication. It's one of the things that will happen as we work to. Again, I'm really trying to up the production value on this channel, and hopefully you see that in all the other ways. It's just every now and then there's a miscommunication, because when two people make something together, you've got to like work out the synergies, the de-synergies. Is desynergy a word? I don't know for sure. But with that said, let's walk into the next question, which comes in from Penguin Powers 03, who says, Q&A, do you have any more travel plans this year? A lot of people ask this because I came back from Japan, which is like the dream travel place, right? Right. It's the dream place to travel. So like, what am I doing later this year? So next week, I don't know if this will come up in any video and or the thing for a while, but I'm going to Monaco for literally a day. It's a very expensive place, so I don't intend to stay very long, but it's one of the countries I've wanted to go to for the longest time, but it's really tricky to get to Monaco. Well, not really tricky, but it's really finicky to get to Monaco. I'm finally going to be going to Monaco next week, which is one of the coolest, like, countries on earth that's like barely a country, so that's gonna be a fun one. And then also a bunch of friends of me are going to Bangkok, Thailand. So yeah, visiting Asia one more time this year, hopefully. It's gonna be kind of fun. And then also I'll probably do something in the winter because I like winter. So yeah, I do have a lot of travel plans. I have a lot of travel plans like all the year because that's a thing I do. I think it's useful for the second channel, and I also think it's something I just enjoy doing a lot. So yeah, a lot more travel plans this year. But again, everything should be covered on the channel. That's what I always try to do here at least. So with that said, let's move into the next question, which comes in from Justin, who says, how long did it take for you to begin YouTube as a full-time career? So to answer your question, Justin, YouTube, I guess, like, I was doing YouTube for years and years and years before it really gained any traction. Like, some videos would get a few thousand views, but it never really turned into anything. And then, all of a sudden, I started playing Minecraft on the Xbox when it first came out, and it started being like, oh wow, hundreds of views every video, because I was, like, there in the right place at the right time, trying my best to be different, unique, etc. And then, like, after a little while, like, I started doing news, and it just kept on growing, and then there became a certain point, like, maybe 2 years into doing, Minecraft console videos, that's like, the thing I'm going to college to do is going to earn less than what I'm currently doing on YouTube. Because I was doing super, super well on YouTube at the time. And it's like, how about I just try my hardest at this YouTube thing, and I do it as my full-time, not career. Career is not really the right word, but full-time employment, full-time hobby, full-time whatever you want to call it. And so that's how I started doing what I'm doing. So there's the answer to your question. It took me about, I guess, like 2 years since I started doing it, like, seriously, but like 6 years of just doing it as a hobby. A lot of people think that, like, oh yeah, it's most things in life, especially the most, like being an actor is the same thing. And I guess in any entertainment or widely sought after industry, you kind of just start and then you gotta, like, grow from there, I guess. Whereas a lot of people assume, like, okay, I made 3 YouTube videos, where is my $1 million paycheck? Wait, there's no $1 million paycheck? What is this? This is the big YouTubers holding us down. It's a really confusing thing, but that's how long it took me, and I'm super glad that I did pick this path. Like, there are sometimes, let's call them depressing moments where it's like, really, this is how things will be. But, you know, it's all about, I guess, working through those and just trying the best to stick to what I really believe in, which is trying my best to, again, entertain, inform, maybe at the same time, because there are so many fun things still to be discovered, still to be shown off on this channel, and I think over the next year or so, even though we'll focus on new games as they come out, I still want to find all those weird little nuggets in the future Minecraft updates. So with that said, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please do like it if you did like it, because it helps out the channel a lot. Let us know you do like Q&A Saturday, share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're around here. Leave a comment down below if you have any question you want to ask for next week's Q&A. At some point in the future, I'm going to be doing another mega Q&A, so do you think that's a good idea? Let me know in the comments too. And yeah, thank you very much for watching Q&A Saturday, and I guess I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.